Hey, this is Georgie. Welcome to Georgie's Room of Rock. How's everyone doing out there today? Everyone's having a good day, nice weekend. If you guys living in the States, you guys have the heat wave too that's coming through here, because it freaking sucks, man. It's 101 degrees before on my car temperature. Ugh, 101 degrees. It's gonna be like that tomorrow too, and it's gonna cool down a little bit, I think, next week. But I think most of the country's got this heat here in the States here, so I hope you guys where you are, you have a nice cool air conditioner. If you guys are not in the States, you have nice cool weather. You're lucky. The more older I get, the more I don't like the heat. So summer's fine, but this is beyond summer. This is like standing on the sun. So anyway, today we're gonna do. A couple weeks ago I did 10 albums that need more attention. So I'm gonna have part 2 to this. So there'll be 10 more albums that need more attention that I like. People don't talk about as much. Some people sure talk about it. Sometimes some people talk about some of the albums in a negative way, but there really are some good albums on here. And if I can do this again, it might even be a part 3 at some point. But anyway, some people seem to like it, and I hope you guys like this one. And you find some new stuff that maybe you didn't discover, or maybe you got to rediscover again. All right, first one here is one I was kind of debating putting on the list here, but it's not a well-known band. How to describe the band? The band's kind of like horror rock, shock rock, with like a punk attitude though. But still like a metal band. And the band and the album I'm talking about is Impaler. It Won't Die. Here they are on the back here. Like I said, they're kind of like, you know, if you got a punk feel to their music, but this is more metal album, but they're more like just hard rock, obviously. Most of their covers are like hard rock. I see if I find this one. I can find it in here. There's where is it? Their first one I have here. Is that it? No, where is it? Should have pulled it out, but I didn't. Can't find it now, of course. There it is. Here it is. If you look at the first cover here, this is not the album I'm talking about, but you think it's more like Wasp, because of the way he looks here. But this album here, He Won't Die, this came out in 2000, I believe. And I guess it got horror themes to the music. The song Goblin Queen, It Won't Die, the title track, Monster Maker, songs like that, King Cadaver, Meat Wagon. There's a song called Alice and Ozzy, dedicated to Alice and Ozzy, so that's pretty cool. Black Leather Monster. It's a really good album. You've never heard of Impaler, this album, check it out on YouTube or wherever you get your music and listen to it for free, whatever. It's pretty good stuff. To me, it's good stuff. I mean, it kind of reminds me of a little bit of the Misfits, get a little bit of Misfits feel to it, but mostly that shock rock feel, kind of Alice Cooper-ish, but with a punk attitude. So there you go, Impaler, It Won't Die, check it out. Next one is this band, this is from 19, I don't recognize it with, where's my thing here? I forgot it. Thought I grabbed it, I guess I didn't. Loudness, this is the self-titled album. This is the first one with, this is what it says on here at the year. Can't see the year on here. Anyway, I think it's in the early 90s. You even got the little old strip for it. This is the first one with the other singer, which I'm not going to pronounce his name right. This is a new singer from, I believe, is from Easy O. With this guy right here, which I'll get his name in a second when I find the credits here. And it is Masika Yamada. So he's the vocalist on this album. He did a couple albums with Loudness. This is the first one. This was an excellent album. You never heard this one. It's just a self-titled album from whatever it was, because I can't see the things. I forgot to bring up my flashlight, but whatever. Self-titled looks like this. It's got some really excellent songs on this one. Pray for the Dead, Slaughterhouse, Black Widow, Racing the Wind, Love Kills, Hell Bites. Best song on here, Twisted is a great song. To Firestorm, the last song, heavy, fast, speed metalish, really good stuff from Loudness. So if you don't know this one, self-titled from Loudness, just looking for Loudness. Great album, so definitely check out. Another one that no one talks about. They always talk about the debut album from this band. This is their third album. They only had 4 albums out, and it's from 1994, and it's Dangerous Toys with Pissed. After this point, grunge came in and kind of killed all these kind of, sleaze kind of metal bands. But this is a real. Still got Jason McMaster on vocals on this one. Title track Pissed is awesome. The Law Is Mine. Promised Moon is a nice little ballad. Loser is awesome. Screaming for You. Oh Well, So What is another great song. The album's really good. It's their first 2 albums where most people talk about, the debut and Hellish Acres, but Pissed is a really good one. Underrated album. Check it out if you have it. Dangerous Toys, Pissed. Good stuff. Alright, now this one is an album that I like, and again, when it came out, people shit on it, and it really isn't a bad album. It is technically the 4th album, but it's their second major label debut. That major label, second up on the major label. How about that? I can talk, so don't worry. And it's Quiet Riot, Condition Critical. This came out, and people just didn't like it. I think part of the reason is Kevin DuBrow at the time has a big mouth, and he just kind of made a lot of enemies. But I think he made amends near his time to death. So it's unfortunate the late great Kevin DuBrow and Frankie Banali, both of them rest in peace. But the album really good, really not much different than Metal Health. Maybe a little bit cheesier. They do another Slade cover with Mama More Crazy Now, which I actually really like a lot. Sign of the Times, the opening track, is great. Party All Night, it's a typical 80s metal party anthem. Party All Night, what do you think? Winner Takes All, another little ballad, great. The title track, Condition Critical, is another good one. I love the song Red Alert. That's one of my favorite ones. We Were Born to Rock, it's a pretty fast, heavy song. Give it another listen. Quiet Rock, Condition Critical. It's really not a bad album at all. People make it out to be, but it really is a good one. So there's no underappreciate or need to be more attention to it. Next one is by one of my favorite bands ever. When people always talk about the early stuff and the early 80s stuff. This one is from 84 and is Rush, Grace Under Pressure. The album before this was Signals. The album before that was Moving Pictures, which got lots of attention, even Permanent Waves before that one. But this one doesn't get a lot of love, and it's really good. They look a little goofy, very 80s looking on their haircuts, and but the album itself has Distant Early Warning and Red Sector A, 2 fantastic songs from Rush. I love Kid Gloves, Red Lenses, Between the Wheels. It's a great Rush album, and it needs more attention. You need to listen to more of these kind of. Guess what? They started that keyboard age stuff with Signals. They kind of went more with this one. It's not as maybe as poppy as the next 2 albums with Hold Your Fire and Power Windows, but it's still a really good Rush album. Good progressive stuff. Good stuff. Okay, next one is after this artist left his band, took the name, and basically went solo. This is the second album put out, and it really isn't. It's a little bit different, not as much different as the one he put out. And the album I'm talking about is Alice Cooper with Goes to Hell. It's a good one. It's a little more campy, I guess, but it's not much different than Welcome to My Nightmare, really. The opening track, Go to Hell, is a great song. You gotta dance, little dancey, little disco-y crap, but it's not bad. I'm the Coolest is a really good song. I Never Cry. Guilty's good. Wake Me Gently is a pretty softy ballad, but he put that on the other one too. So, Wish You Were Here. Loved Wish You Were Here. Great song. One of my favorite songs on here. And I'm Always Chasing Rainbows. That whole thing. I think the whole album is really good. Underrated. You need to talk about more. You need to listen to more. This one came out in the 70. I believe it was 78 or 77. No, 76. I can actually read it, believe it or not. So yeah, but it's a good album. Alice Cooper Goes to Hell. Another one. Good one. Next one. This is from the band when they reunited the first time in the mid 1990s. I think it was 98 or 99. I can't remember. Again, I can't put my damn flashlight. And it's a self-titled album, and it's Rat. With Rat. This has got Robin Crawley. He was still alive at this point, but he had trouble with drugs and he couldn't really play, and they just didn't put him in the album. But except the 3 other guys, it doesn't have Juan Crucier on this one. It's got what's his name, Robbie Crane on bass. But yeah, it's a grungy sounding album, but it's really good for what it is. Over the Edge, Live for Today, Gave Up, Given Up, We Don't Belong, Breakout, Tug of War is an awesome song. Dead Reckoning, It Ain't Easy, Good, So Fine. It's a really good album. It's kind of a weird cover too for Rat, but it's a good album, underrated. People don't like this one, and they wish to give it another shot. I know it's got that more of that 90s feel to it, but that's what all the bands are kind of doing, getting that feel. It doesn't sound like classic Rat, but it's still a good album. Needs to be talked about more and listened to now. All these years later, give it another shot. All right, this one is the second album from this band. Again, not a top band by any, but it was a good band at the time. The first album was really good, and this one's their second album. I don't think they really put much out, a couple little things here and there after this one. And this is from 1990, and it's Jet Boy with Damnation. First album, Feel the Shake, was really good. This one, a little more bluesier, a little more toned down with the hair and everything, but Stomp It Down to the Bricks. Groove Tube, I love. Heavy Chevy is another great song. Evil, Bullfrog Pond is another good one. Ready to Rumble. It's a good album. It's good. Sounds like the other one, a little more bluesy, but still an excellent album by Jet Boy. If you never heard this one either, give it a shot. Underappreciated, not talked about enough. There you go. 2 more to go, and then I'll leave you guys alone. So this one is the debut album from this band, which my wife actually met. I have a signed thing over here by the band from her that she had when she was younger. But this is from 1984, 85, depending on when they put it out. It is the debut from Leatherwolf. Leatherwolf. It's metal. It's really like little hair metal, and at this point a little bit, but still more of a metal band, more of a metal album. Spider, Endangered Species, Tonight's the Night, The Hook, Season of the Witch, Kill and Kill Again is great. The title to the album, Leatherwolf. The song Leatherwolf is excellent. So definitely give this one another shot too. If you didn't listen to it, give it another shot. Need to talk about more. They have a few albums out after this. This is with the original band, and they look pretty 80s there in their garb there, but it's a great album, so definitely underrated, underappreciated. So it needs to be talked about more. And the last one here, this one may be talked about more than I think, but usually it's always the first few albums talked about by this band. They're kind of reunited with the singer, and then the singer left. The 2 more albums without him, then brought him back. But this is the album from 2004, Exodus, Temple of the Damned. Awesome album. Steve Zetro back on vocals after the untimely death of Paul Bailoff, and it's an excellent album. It's one of the best ones they had. Scar Spangled Banner, War on My Shepherd, Blacklist, Forward March. They do the Impaler song, which is a song written by with Kirk Hammett when he was in the band. They just put on his album too. They have a live version on the last one with Paul Bailoff singing. And of course they do their bonus track in 30D because they love AC/DC. But title track, Temple of the Damned. Great stuff by Exodus, Temple of the Damned. I know people don't talk about it as much. People talk about it as more than all the albums I talked about here, but it's a great one and it needs to be talked about more. So that is my little video of again 10 more albums that need to be talked about more. So anyway, I hope you guys like that, and yeah, hope it's I like doing these, take this different albums to show than I usually do. So again, please comment. Always like hearing from you guys. It's always fun. And if you like what you see, please like and subscribe and all that fun stuff. We'll see you next time. Stay cool if you're in the States, and keep rocking metal alive.